was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out great tits. New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1.
Well, there's never a shortage of shows or sights and sounds throughout this city, but for the next few hours, all eyes are glued to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening. This will be a touchback. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea to slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice scan from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Hunter Nice-Runner on the punt now on 4th down. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Come up first and 10 at the 20. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 22, Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blower out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football and getting your toes tapped.
The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And now the rookie's free. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead is now 10-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The Raiders at 2-6 now on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
From the 44, Carr toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. They'll roll him out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And it's complete to Adams. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 14. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
29.
into the red zone. It's Carr. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
A second down carry for Booker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. Here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
White will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
The offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick six ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take him all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he'll be out right at the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 more on that one and another first down.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Play action. It's Wilson. That is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, Wilson will keep it. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he gets it down to the 32. 46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
Draw play. Cohen. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play action. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Hunter Nicewander on a punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Goen. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 27, Carr. And he completes it to Hunt. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. And the tight end Ebron in motion. Now Carr throwing on second down. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Adams, the man in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The kick by McManus is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Fair catch.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Carr. Aiming for Jacobs. He's got him, reeling it in on the out route. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Out route here, going to Hunt. He's got it. And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Short little throw to Ebron. Just a gain of a couple there. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. When someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
4th down. Here's Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Here's 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From midfield, here's Carr. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now Wilson on 1st down. This pass caught by Hamler. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The end result, 21 yards.
1st down, Denver.
They go play action now. Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Midge used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
A run between the tackles with Cohen. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Albert O, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. McManus's point after is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On play action, now Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
From the 24, Carr. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And they'll get this down to the 10. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. This a big play from both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They took a shot there, trying to get it downfield, fourth quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted, but good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Pat Surtain up to make the play.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. Now Carr. Looking deep here for Ebron. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. Well, now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. Wilson to throw. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So this thing rests on the shoulders of Brandon McManus. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end,